Welcome back to TuksRes Survivor. We're about to start our first challenge on day 5, immunity challenge. Immunity is up for grabs. We've only got 7 castaways left. Last night there was a heck thunderstorm. Let's first find out what that thunderstorm was like. Welcome guys, are you guys ready for day 6, well day 5 challenge 1?
Yeah.
We see where I was last night.
It was wet, it was cold, it was just hectic.
What was the sleeping arrangements like?
When we got back to camp, like we split up into twos and there was just 3 in like a little tent situation that Johan built, and then the others around the fire once the rain subsided. But otherwise, yeah, it was a hectic night, hectic.
Apparently some of you found some other shelter. You want to tell me about that?
We just went down to the tunnels, right down here.
Stormwater tunnels.
Yes, because they're dry. So we just found that place, and 2 by 2 we went in and just stayed dry.
Who's we?
That's 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. So who did not join you?
Johan.
Oh, why do you think he didn't join you?
I think it was really comfortable. We had already set up like a tent situation, so he was just like, I'm comfortable here, but you guys do your thing.
Okay. Reniv?
Yeah. Nothing much to add on that. I think he had already had a tent and he had his own shelter and fire sorted. So yeah, I think we just, like at the end of the day, we got back from tribal and it was absolutely pouring. We all came to the camp and we tried to have a fire going and try to sort something out. We tried to, make like a bit of a big teepee that we'd all fit in, and then eventually we all just came to a group decision and we just, all went to the tunnels and it was working well. And then we ended up back at camp when the rain stopped, and thankfully we made it through the night, and I'm just happy that it's not raining today.
Did you guys manage to get the fire going again, or was it still going when you guys went back to camp?
Yeah, if it did, it would definitely have been a fire from Hogwarts, but no, I think when we came back we did have to restart the fire, which was a lot of admin considering the fact that everything was wet. But no, we did get it going. We actually ended up boiling some water. We made some hot water bottles and we drank some hot water as well. So I think that kind of made us feel a bit better, and thankfully the rain stopped. That's the main thing.
Okay. Connor, did you get any sleep in?
Yeah, I mean, not last night, but this morning when the sun came up, blankets were a bit warmer. The fire was obviously on and warm, so got to sleep there, get a couple power naps in, a couple 30 minutes. But yeah, last night, definitely didn't sleep that much. Very, very cold. I slept in this. My jacket was wet from the rain, so I had no protection with warmth. So yeah, it was a brutal one, but had to endure it, and we're here this morning.
I assume you were one of the 6 people who went to the stormwater pipes to get some cover.
Yeah, I mean,
what was your thinking behind that?
Yeah, don't have to assume. We know Johan wasn't coming with, but yeah, I think we all just thought with the tent we were trying to build, we stood under there, rain was just coming through, we were never going to build a fire in there, and as Reniv said, we all came to a mutual agreement and we went down and just seeked an alternative shelter. We forfeited the fire for some dryness.
Thank you, Connor. Johan, what was your thinking behind staying back at camp?
I mean, I saw there was a big thing, there was a big storm coming, so I chopped down a couple of twigs and stuff, built a bit of a teepee type thing, and I was comfortable there. I mean, there was space for only maybe 2 or 3 people, so I didn't factor in everyone because I thought that they were going to probably do the same and also build something. But I didn't go with them because I was prepared. There's I was warm, I was comfortable, and honestly, if I was cold, if I was wet, I probably would have gone down as well with them, and then all 7 of us were probably going to be caught there because I was ready. But if I didn't have that all planned out, I think I would have been there with them in that tunnel because it was very cold and very, very wet.
Ruben, do you think it's unfair that you guys went to seek cover elsewhere and Johan stayed back at camp and built his own cover?
Not necessarily, because we didn't factor in the storm. We saw the clouds up at top and it started raining, but we didn't factor in after that mountains there's another storm coming because it was open till there.
So whose mistake is that then?
Yeah, mine. I said we were gonna be fine, but yeah, at the end of the day, it is our fault, and yeah, we made a mistake, and yeah, we have to suffer the consequences, and yeah, it's just how it is now.
So the question then is, was it fair that you guys sought other shelter and Johan stayed back at camp and he prepped his own shelter? Was it fair for you guys to go seek other shelter? And
I feel like in the situation we made a rational decision, and yeah, I feel it was a good decision to make. It was fair because we asked him if he wants to join us. We didn't like exclude him. We wanted him to join us, and yeah, we saw he was comfy. We saw he was ready for the night, and we all knew we're not going to fit in there. So we decided, okay, let's go find other shelter.
And if you guys were in a more raw nature setup and there were no stormwater cylinders or stormwater pipes, what would you have done?
Probably next thing is to like try to build shelter, but like we knew there was an easier way out, so we took it. And yeah, we thought the easiest way to get shelter is to go there and snuggle up against each other, and yeah, it's just how it is. Yeah.
So sometimes life presents you with shortcuts, but doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way to, or it's the right direction to go.
Yeah.
Dieter, the same question to you. Do you believe that it's fair that Johan stayed back at camp, built his own shelter, and you guys went for the shortcut?
Well, I mean, fairness is a matter of perspective. As Ruben was saying, this was a joint decision, and Johan was happy with staying at the camp, and we were happy going to the tunnels, and I don't think there was any conflict there. I mean, when we got back, Johan was right there helping us set up camp already, so I don't think he took it badly in any sense, and we welcomed the help. We were very grateful for it. So if we want to talk about fairness, if anyone's in the same situation, if any of the viewers are in the same situation, I think they'll understand where we came from.
Thank you, Dieter. Ryan, I pose the same question to you.
100%, I think it was fair. Yeah, when we returned from tribal council, we saw the weather coming in. We actually took a bit of a jog to get back to start a fire in time to make food. We weren't able to do that, and while we were scrambling around trying to make the fire, Johan went off to the side and started making his shelter. Like he said, he wasn't preparing for everyone to fit under there. Yeah, so I mean, that's his decision. Kudos to him for getting it together and making himself a bit of shelter and getting a little fire going for himself. What we decided was, for the most efficient way for us to get dry, we forfeited the fire because obviously we couldn't make that in a cylinder. So we opted for dryness instead, and that's just the way it went. It didn't work out for us afterwards, but in the moment it was the right decision.
Can you recall one of the first camp rules, Ryan?
From what I remember, do not enter another tribe's camp.
Okay, another rule that goes along with that one?
No.
Do not leave certain boundaries of your camp. And unfortunately that rule has been broken. Obviously if you guys went to go forage, that's a different story. But in this case, you guys went to go search for shelter elsewhere. So, according to the rules, that is unfair because some rules are broken or bent at least. So, what we are going to do is, before we start the next challenge, Johan, you will have the option to choose an advantage. Well, the advantage is available. You have the option to choose to use it or not. Do you want to use it or not?
Can I find out what it is?
No, you have to say now. Do you? Okay, so Johan will have a minute delay before he starts with the next challenge. The rest of you will start, and then only a minute after that, Johan will start with the challenge. We're about to start the first immunity challenge for today, and will be the fourth immunity challenge, individual immunity challenge of this season. Johan, can I please grab that immunity necklace? Yeah, you can bring it to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so this is how the next challenge is going to work. I might go, you guys will take up a position in the order that you are now, right in front of a wall. In front of you, you'll see cinder blocks. The goal would be to keep the cinder block against the wall for as long as possible. Whoever lasts the longest will win individual immunity. You will start off with both hands, and as we go along a bit deeper into the challenge, you'll only use one hand. The only rules are, that you cannot touch the block on the bottom as well as the top. You can only touch it along the side. Are we clear? I'm going to start off with 2 hands, and on my instruction later on, I'll only be 1 hand. Yes, Dieter?
Being a rectangle, what is the sides? Could you say these are the sides? Are these also all sides?
Only the vertical sides. Is that all the sides? It's vertical. Does it make sense? So the top and the bottom out of bounds. You cannot hold the cinder block on the top or the bottom. You can position your legs any way you want to, as long as the cinder block stays against the wall. And obviously, if it slides down, you will have no way to push it back up unless if you find a way to push it back up from the side. Are we clear? You guys can take up your positions. Let's go. Over here, please, Boisiwe, from shortest to tallest that side. You can also not make use of the pole or the tree to support you, and you should be on the ground. Yes.
Are we allowed to put our hands through the holes?
No. Should be on the outside, on the vertical sides of the block.
Sorry, chappies, can we put it in any way on the wall?
You'll have to put it in the way it's currently standing. All right, I want the guys on the left, I want you to move a little bit closer together. Closer together.
Wait, the chappies, we're only allowed to touch these sides.
Yes.
Not this or the bottom.
This is what the challenge will look like. You can only touch the sides like this. You cannot touch the bottom or have any finger at the bottom. Are we clear? You can rotate it if you wanted to. You can rotate it as long as you only touch the side. Yes, but remember, it's only these sides. Only the initial sides that you can't touch. The top and the bottom will stay the top and the, well, this top and bottom, the initial top and bottom are the sides that you cannot touch, which is this one. So I would advise to not confuse yourself, rather just keep it in the same position. Okay, Ruben, you're not allowed to make use of the tree, so let's just see how we can move you guys a bit closer, even closer. You don't need that much space, Ruben. There we go. Yeah, Dieter, you have to say this, sir. You mean 3, yeah. Okay. Ruben, let's try and squeeze you in here. Just remember, Ryan, that you cannot step onto the... Ruben, you won't be able to make use of the tree. Right, we're going to set it off like that for now. Ruben, please just turn your cinder block around. There we go. Everyone should look the same. Remember that the top and the bottom is off limits. You can only have your hands on the sides. You can use both hands. And the goal of this challenge is to last as long as you can. Last man standing or last woman standing will win individual immunity and will be safe at the next tribal council. On my go, you guys can pick up the blocks, place it. I'll give you 10 seconds to place it. And ready, go. You've got 10 seconds to place your block, Johan. You can wait 1 minute. Right. 3, 2, 1. And the game is on, and Johan's 1 minute starts now. Just make sure you do not have a finger on the bottom, on the sides, guys. Don't want to warn you again. No fingers on the bottom or the top, only hands on the sides. So please remember that only part of your body that can touch the block is the hands. No face, no other part of the body can touch the block. You're on 20 seconds before you have to pick up and go. .15 you're on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And everyone is in this challenge, battling it out for individual immunity. If you lose focus and you have one finger on the top or bottom, I will unfortunately have to stop you and you will have to step out. This challenge is on. A little bit of movement going on by Connor and at Johan. Ryan very stable. Dieter has not moved 1 inch. Ruben checking out Ryan and checking out the dam, wishing he could have a little bit of a fishy. Connor adjusting. Okay. Another rule also, please remember that the surface that's currently attached to the wall should be against the wall flush at all times. Ryan's starting to breathe heavily. This is a very heavy block and the position is not that comfortable. And everyone starts to slide down a little millimeter or two. And the challenge is on. Whoever wins this challenge will have individual immunity at the next Tribal Council. You are so close to the end, yet so far, because every second feels like a minute here. Dieter starting to sigh now. Ruben checking out the castaways on the left. Ruben's block sliding 1 centimeter down. Buisiwe's block sliding 1 centimeter down. Buisiwe's block drops and unfortunately you are out, Buisiwe. Ryan, Dieter and Ruben looking solid on this side. Johan has not moved 1 inch. I can see the pain on Connor's face. Connor looking to his left. Renif taking another approach and it seems like it's working. He's got his body closer to the blocks, but he'll have to make sure that he does not touch the block with any other part of his body. Make sure those fingers do not touch the bottom, all of you guys. If it does, even the slightest bit, you will have to step back. And this is a hectic challenge. Ryan is breathing heavily. It's a very uncomfortable position to take in, but this is an endurance challenge. Physicality is put to the test. Ryan moves it down a little bit in order to readjust. But the difficult thing is you won't be able to move back. Ryan readjusts, gets closer to the brick, and make sure that you do not touch the brick with your head. Ryan breathing better now. Taking the same approach as Renith. Connor struggling to keep that block up. It's starting to slide down 1 second at a time. Connor, make sure that that brick is flush against the wall. This is where you guys will have to dig deep. Make sure you do not touch the brick with any part of your face. Any part of your body. Connor, make sure you do not lean against the brick with your body. Only your hand should touch the brick.
Loading challenge was 40.
40 minutes. I can go 40
The
minutes.
power was 40. Oh, that's set precedent.
Only the hands against the bricks, guys. Remember that. Johan now making a little adjustment. Ruben's still in initial position. The rest all moved to Renev's position. Using the same strategy as Renev. Holding it on the sides. Body close to the cinder block. Ryan readjusting a little bit. Ruben readjusting, moving up a little bit. His fingers slipping. And now Ryan goes deep. Johan goes deep. Ruben is checking out everyone around him. Renev focusing. Connor going deep. Johan looking down and going deep.
I'm on like a skew. One that just on the
Should we sing a song, guys? Imagine Dragons. You missed out last night.
What's your favorite Imagine Dragons song?
Bad liar.
I don't know.
Do you not know Bad Liar?
No, it's
Cock.
Radioactive.
Phone girl, radioactive.
Yeah, exactly.
Natural.
Natural. What's a thunder?
Thunder is cool.
Thunder only has 3 words.
Castaway is trying to entertain the mind to get rid of the pain.
On top of the world screen.
That was one of the original big songs.
Girl likes smoke and mirrors. Oh no.
Make sure that you do not touch the cinder block with your face.
I want to smash my face into it.
And this position is really, really uncomfortable. 7 minutes into the challenge. And 7 minutes feels like 7 hours.
Okay, but Imagine Dragons or 21 Pilots? One of them has to go.
I've only been to Imagine Dragons concerts. I'm going to say Imagine Dragons.
And you can't say 21 pilots.
I like 21 Pilots. You gotta be the judge.
Yeah.
Good song.
What about Mumford and Sons versus?
Yuan sliding down. Now following the same approach as the rest. Moving closer to the cinder block with the body, but make sure that it's only the hands touching the cinder block.
Does Mumford and Sons have that many songs though? Who? Mumford and Sons.
They have a lot.
Renef adjusting.
Yeah.
Only way to adjust is good. Sorry, chappies, do we have to keep on our feet? Or can we go down to our knees?
No, you'll have to stay on your feet, guys.
Thank you, chappies.
Renef adjusting a bit, but still has the block up.
We should just start spoiling every movie we know.
Johan, unfortunately your chin touched the block, you are out. Yes, your chin touched the block. If your chin touches the block, you are out.
Just for the record.
Make sure, Connor, your chin is very close.
Yeah, no, chappies, I'm making sure.
Chappies, does my beard count as a chin?
Any part of your body counts.
What?
They like turned the block and shoved it up.
You're allowed to touch the sides at all times, it's fine. As long as you do not touch the initial top and bottom. And as long as your block stays flush with the wall, you can do with it whatever you want.
Nice ontspan, bro. Yes, alright.
I've been holding up for so long, bro.
He's very happy.
Maar ek wil net weet soos hoekom staan ek op die stewe deur.
What is Bino, bro? You've got ox legs there, man. Come on.
Ruben, if you want, you can adjust. You can move to your left if you wanted to, Ruben. Ruben is standing on an uneven ground.
Connor, how hard is it to do that?
That's a lot of energy, not worth it.
Okay.
Is that better, Ruben?
Huh?
Is that better?
Ja, it's beter, dankie chappie.
All right. You had to expend a lot of energy to do that move.
Nah, it's alright.
Renef taking up another strategy. He's trying different strategies, and it seems like the rest of the tribe is following.
Oh, Renee, surely that's hard.
It's not bad, eh?
They're using one hand.
Well,
You're resting the other one.
Hey,
And then you turn it over again.
Ryan now Stealing a little bit of strategy from underneath.
You can try, but it's easy. Like Dieter yesterday.
Stop calling me out.
Remember, if any part of your body touches that cinder block, you will be out. We've got assistants checking out everyone's face, so make sure you do not touch that block. You do not want to risk.
Right in front of his face.
Even if it touches the slightest bit, we will have to ask you to step away. Now Ruben using the same strategy as Renith, trying to rest those hands.
Huh? Alright. I can't say it's easy. Cinder block.
I've got a scar on my chest from scraping my body along one of these as a kid. So this is a bit of a traumatic challenge.
This is on my hand, I'm feeling this.
This is where you will have to focus. Make sure that your face does not touch the block, guys.
No, it's not bad, huh?
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Renith adjusting. Dieter now following the same approach as Renith. Giving his one hand a little bit of rest. Ruben moving up, readjusting and enjoying every moment of this beautiful challenge. Yeah. As long as your face does not touch the block. No, it's only, as long as your face does not touch the block. Remember, if you lose the slightest bit of focus, your face might touch the block and you will be out. You guys can just sit there. Ryan not partaking in the rest of the chats, he's just focusing. Rest of the guys.
I like that.
Dieter readjusting, making sure that his other hand gets a little bit of rest.
You actually rest that. What do you mean? Rest that. Like this? Yeah. Well, more because all the weight is going on my other hand, but it's hard.
And this is where you'll have to dig deep, but if you fall asleep, it might mean that you will be up for grabs at Tribal Council. Connor is still stable. He hasn't changed position for a long while. You have to have at least one block on this, one hand on the cinder block at all times. But if your cinder block is not flush to the wall, then you also risk of falling out. So remember that.
No.
And watch out if you drop it. Do not drop it on each other's toes. Connor giving Ruben some advice to watch his chin. Ruben readjusting, and this is very painful.
Does that mean more rain, or is it because of rain last night?
No. What is it that caused the rain? It like goes like.
This is where you guys will have to dig deep. Physically, this is such a difficult challenge, and mentally even more so, because it's painful, but it's only a sensation. But you have to convince yourself that it's a sensation. Yes.
So you said I have to have at least one hand.
Yeah, you can take one hand off, but make sure that the block stays flush against the wall.
The grip is more important than the
Yeah.
pain.
Beneath now, adjusting the block, making sure it stays flush, shaking out the hands. Ryan hasn't said a word for the past 10 minutes. Ruben now following the same strategy as Renif. Make sure you do not touch the block with your chin.
Yes.
Ryan now also taking approach to rest one hand. You have to make sure that your block stays flush against the wall. If your head touches the block, you're out.
Solicitors are dying over here.
Make sure that your head does not touch the block, guys. It is millimeters away. "18 minutes into this challenge and it is still on. You have to focus. We've got Renif, Connor, Ruben, Dieter and Ryan still in this challenge, all battling it out for individual immunity, which will guarantee them another spot in this game, guarantee them a 1 out of 6 chance to make it to the final tribal council.
You want to rest your shoulders because they need to.
Yeah, because then you're using a bicep. Yeah. But then that's high risk. Eh?
Yeah, it's hard to do it. You have to have grip.
Yeah. Because that's the problem with the grip.
That's what helps when you.
Your knee readjusting. Dieter very close to that block with his face. Ryan taking a breather. Risking it with one hand.
I read about a guy that can beat some blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know how.
But there's like a guy that played the whole card too. What? But he took like 4 or 5 years.
Did you say a car?
I swear.
Like he ate it?
I ate bit for bit.
That's ridiculous.
A car.
Oh. Oh.
I thought you said cow, and I was like, why would you take 4 or 5 years to chow?
I don't know.
Bruv,
But I swear.
where did you see this?
In a magazine.
Huh?
In a magazine.
We've got Ryan, Dieter, Ruben, Connor and Renif still in this challenge. It seems like they are enjoying it, having a little bit of coffee around the cinder blocks.
Yeah, that's really bad.
If 4 people drop out, can I get
Yeah.
Another jungle bar.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I might drop the thing for that thing. Hey.
Yeah, you guys got jungle bars? Oh, I can take some.
What if getting shot at using water?
You unfortunately cannot have water during this challenge. You will have to wait until the challenge is done.
The elbows don't like that. Stretching.
Got it.
How are you finding it now?
Letting the hand rest a little bit.
Well, I can't feel my fingers in the right hand, but yeah, it feels a bit better.
In this challenge for 22 minutes already.
What did you say? What's strong?
Tuks off nuts.
Ryan looking solid. Dieter looking really relaxed. Ruben also looking comfortable.
My thumb is like on the front face. Using the same grip. Thumb on the forefinger.
But like if it gets stuck when using the like the palm, and then the fingers are on the side.
Ryan and Dieter in the same position. Renith and Connor in the same position. Ruben in the same position as Ryan and Dieter. Everyone's still in this challenge. Their muscles are starting to scream at them. Please just give me a breather. But they want to make sure they've got that necklace around their neck. "24 minutes into this challenge."
The things you can do in 24 minutes. You can make 12 2-minute noodles.
You just said 12. What?
Does that math add up?
No, yes, it does.
Good.
I'd be concerned if it
You should
didn't.
have done your poster photo after this. The
Yeah,
pump,
Oh, they can do my poster
This
for
pump
now.
is working, eh?
pump is real.
boy.
I think we're at a bit of a shortage of cinder blocks back at camp.
I feel like if we increase we're not building a shelter, we're gonna build a house. There you go. Some informal settlement.
Okay, listen closely. With me I have 2 scrolls. What they contain we don't know. one of you will have the option to choose between one of the two scrolls. You will take it back to camp and you will only read it there.
Are you serious, man?
Ooh, mystery.
Oh, you guys are dogs.
So whoever lets go of the block first will get the option to choose between one of the two scrolls.
Oaks, what are we thinking, man?
I mean, why don't we consider it challenge for us to happen?
Hey?
I'm not feeling it, bro. Nah.
You know what's gonna be funny? Both are blank.
Yeah. They just picked that out of the dumpster right now. They just burnt that by the fire. It's an empty paper.
Here's the two scrolls in my hand. So the first one to let go now will get the option to choose between one of the two scrolls.
What would you do, Jeff?
Everyone is fine, they're just chilling.
What would you do, Jeff?
Times like
I would just enjoy the moment.
See, now we gotta follow our role models' advice, guys. Come on now, please. The temptations are high. But our standards are higher, eh?
Yeah.
Come on,
You've only got 3 minutes to decide whether you want to drop your block or not.
told you was.
3 minutes starting now.
Oh, one of us been. I laugh one of the scores says you're going on.
No, boys, let's not bring in additional factor.
Huh?
Let's leave the additional factor out.
This is a game of strength. Leave the temptation behind.
Everyone speaking, debating whether they should take the option of the scroll or not. Ryan suggests that they just leave it out of the game. Connor readjusting. 2 more minutes to make your decision.
The scrolls are looking tempting, but hey, nah.
You've got these 2 scrolls ready. You've got 2 more minutes. The first one to drop a block now can only choose one of the scrolls.
You got it, Connor, you got it, boy.
Yeah, no, I'm 100. Ryan, remember the girl last night? She doesn't do weight.
Bruce, you walk the back. And it's pissing with her. And this chick, obviously,
Connor readjusting.
screaming through the car park. Oh my gosh, it's raining, I don't do weights, I don't do weights. And we're sitting there like, we're going to be sitting in the wind.
Crazy for that.
1 minute left. If you want to opt for the scrolls, or one scroll at least, you have 1 minute left.
Lekker mensen.
Connor readjusting. Beneath, still looking very comfortable. Seems like he can go all day. Ryan seems like he can go all day. Ruben also enjoying it. Dieter making a little bit of adjustment. Make sure that you focus and that your face does not touch the block. You've got 10 more seconds to make your decision. 8, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and no one opting for the scrolls.
Folks, I was so ready for someone to drop it on me.
Nice, boy.
Okay, we're approaching 30 minutes. We are going to go to the next level of this challenge.
Yeah.
So listen closely. On my go, you will only pick one hand. And you will only pick one side, which this hand should stay on the entire time.
One side and one hand.
One side and one hand.
But I'm right-handed.
Wait for his go. Burn his arm out as much as you can. Wait for his go.
Everyone trying to figure out which hand they're going to use. Still in this challenge.
That means this thumb would not be able to be here. Chappie,
I will tell you guys.
this thumb not be able to be here.
This?
This thumb, you said one hand, one side.
You will only choose one side. Your hand should only touch one side. It's not now when I say. Connor readjusting. Renith readjusting. Make sure that the block stays flush, guys, and that you do not touch the block with any other part of your body except your hands. Connor readjusting once again. Dieter sliding his block down. Ryan just standing still, solid as a statue. Also make sure that you do not touch the initial top and bottom of the cinder block. Still moving the blocks around. And obviously this wall will need some painting if we're done, so the losers will have to paint the wall as well.
That is a flat out red card. It's like a nice sort of jury of.
Let's sign our names somehow.
We didn't know Survivor challenge. We can spell Rotunda, it's fine.
Yeah.
Up, down, I'll spell Marit. Yeah, we do.
I'll do the T, okay?
Shots. You can do the A. Ow. At the end? Yeah. Yeah, make your brick.
Ruben, is there something between my eyebrows?
Ryan on his own. The rest of the guys are having a lekker chat. Ruben is starting to show some signs of wear. Renith readjusts.
Hey, Oaks, I'm hungry, man. I'm not. I'm like, don't get the block.
Chappie singers, no one took the scroll. Can you tell us what's in the 2 scrolls?
No, I can't, Connor.
Oh, okay.
They got another red card.
We've still got 5 guys in this challenge, battling it out for the immunity necklace.
Hey, we've done solid, Oaks.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
40 minutes.
Doing very well.
35 minutes. 35 minutes into the challenge.
You're going to break the record. Come on. Well, not for this. I just heard there's a 40-minute record, so we're like, okay, shot, let's go. And there's a record for this, it's very long.
Yeah.
Everyone in this game to make sure that they stay one more day. That's what can make the difference between winning and losing. One more day in this game can mean so much.
pounds, eh? Oh, it's Ryan dead. I said it's Ryan dead. No, I'm here, dude.
Ryan's so quiet that the rest of the tribe members start to wonder whether he's still alive or not. Renith doing all the talking, Ryan doing none of the talking. Connor readjusting. Grit, determination, that's what's going to come and show in this challenge. Five guys still in this, and they mean business. Connor readjusting every few seconds. Ruben now readjusting. Make sure that your block stays flush, guys. Even if there's bumps on the wall, make sure it stays flush. Almost approaching 40 minutes now. 39 minutes into this challenge. At 40 minutes, you will have 1 minute to decide whether you want to take the scroll or not. Remember that you will have to choose between one of the two scrolls. I will tell you when the 1 minute starts. Your 1 minute starts in 3, 2, 1. And not only will you have the option between the two scrolls, but you'll also get a Red Bull right now. You've got 1 minute, 50 seconds left.
Yeah. I don't drink coffee either. Yesterday, 2 days ago was killing.
"30 seconds left to make your decision. If you do not make your decision now, you will not have the option." What a black Red Bull can do for the next challenge. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's it, lads. Nice.
All of the guys choosing to stick to the wall and not have an option between the two scrolls and a nice Red Bull that could have given them a kick for the next challenge. So I might just have to take that Red Bull myself.
I've drank nothing but water for the last 3 years.
It's not even the
Give me a second. Drink Red Bull.
Oh, this Red Bull is really nice.
Terrible drink. Too much sugar.
Make sure you guys stay focused.
Ooh, it smells nice, eh?
Got these 2 scrolls, but they're off limits now because you guys didn't want to let the blocks fall.
It's like that food from yesterday.
This Red Bull is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the kilojoules. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. I lost that much this. Read the ingredients box. Oh, that's calories, not kilojoules.
Look at the colors. It smells so sweet, right? It's got a very distinct smell, this Red Bull. Look at that.
I ain't tempted at all. I've lost opportunities, no point to
Connor's not tempted at all, but his eyes is following this can.
It was right in front of me.
I just want water.
Yeah. I mean, you've lost opportunities.
How nice is this Red Bull?
As nice as the F1 team, overrated.
This isn't part of the script. Champions just messing with us now.
I've lost like 50% of all my viewers now.
These guys are in it to win it. They are serious.
What? 42? So that's the meaning of life.
43 minutes into this challenge. And all of them opted not to take the Red Bull or the scrolls. They mean business. We're heading to the 45-minute mark. Listen closely. For the next stage of this challenge, you will only choose one hand, but you will not be able to choose a side. You will not be able to choose a side of the blocks. You will have your hand on the longest side of the block facing you right now. On my go, just like that, Connor, I will give you 10 seconds to adjust, make your adjustment. And you can only choose one hand on the longest side of the block. Over there. That means you will have to make sure that you put as much pressure on that block as possible. You can only touch the block with your hand.
How much time do you have?
I will count you guys in. I'll give you 10 seconds to adjust. Remember, hand on the longest side only, nothing else. Only on one side, just like that, Connor. Just like that. Got 20 seconds before we will move, we will make the adjustment, and then I'll give you 10 seconds to do the adjustment, all right?
So I can keep it how it was earlier. I don't have to stay like this for now.
You don't have to stay like that for now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, you've got 10 seconds to make your adjustment now. 10 seconds, and then you're gonna have to stick with that one hand for the rest of the challenge. 5. No, you can't. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only one hand on the blocks, guys, and other hand off, Connor. And this challenge is on. This is really, really difficult. And now the guys will have to focus. I'll be surprised if this lasts for even 5 minutes.
Come boys, we're gonna make an hour.
One hand, and Dieter is sliding down. And this makes it very difficult because once you've slid down, you cannot move it back up. Ruben loving this challenge. He just wants more. Beneath is an O, and Connor's block is sliding down.
Come on, dude. Come on, fight it, man. Fight it.
You can support your other hand just as long as there's one hand on the block. One hand, and Dieter lets it drop. Dieter is out. This is very difficult. You cannot swap hands, you'll have to stick with this hand. Connor shivering now. Connor is giving it his everything and he lets it drop. It is Ruben going up against Renith and Ryan. And this is a beast of a challenge. It's only a sensation, guys. You have to convince yourself that it's only a sensation. Renith looking very solid. It's Renith up against Ruben and Ryan. You cannot touch the wall with your other hand. You can only touch the cinder block with that one hand. It's Ryan against Ruben and Renith. Triple R in this challenge. Ryan not moving an inch. Renith not moving an inch. Ruben struggling a little bit, making readjustments. Both Ruben and Renith opt to use their left hand. Ryan using his right hand. Ruben sliding a bit. Now Ryan's block moved an inch. Remember, individual immunity up for grabs. And you are 3 minutes into the readjustment. Ruben's block sliding down centimeters. Renith's block sliding down a centimeter now. And the shoulders start to ache. You can see Ruben trying to get a comfortable position, but that is not possible. Renith sliding down another centimeter. Ryan very stable now. Ruben stable now. Renith sliding down another centimeter. They are 49 minutes into the total challenge. Four minutes into this transition. Ruben sliding down 2 centimeters. Another centimeter. Renith struggling with his brick now, readjusting, and he dropped another millimeter or 2. Remember, you must be on your feet, Renith. You cannot be on your knees. Ruben now readjusting, dropping 10 centimeters. Watch that your other hand does not touch the block. Okay, guys, Ryan, just remove your one hand. Just one hand, guys. So from now on, you're not allowed to support the one hand. that is pushing up against the block. Ruben's block sliding down. Ryan's block still very stable. Renith battling. Ruben, make sure that your head does not touch the block or the wall. This is where you will have to dig deep, guys. Renith in a very awkward, uncomfortable position, but keeping the block up. Renith, you have to dig deep now. You're only going to experience this once in your life. You'll have to embrace this sensation. Ruben, you'll have to dig deep. Ruben sliding another centimeter or two. And it becomes more difficult the more the block slides down. Ruben dropping it. Now it's Renith going up against Ryan. Both of them are very solid. It's Ryan against Renith. And these guys mean business. 52 minutes into this challenge. Approaching an hour. Renith sliding down 2 centimeters. Ryan still up there. Renith now stable. Ryan zoning in on Renith, watching his every move. Renith just focusing, absorbing the pain. And this is where you have to fight the mental battle. Sliding down another centimeter. Ryan's block sliding a millimeter. Renith dropping another centimeter. Ryan's block dropping another centimeter. Renith now focused on Ryan. Ryan focused on Renith, acknowledging each other. Renith giving it his all. Renith dropping 3 centimeters, another centimeter. He's in a very uncomfortable position now. He'll have to give everything to stay up there. This block wants to hit the ground so badly. Renith, you will have to concentrate now. Make sure that you do not touch the top of the block. Renith giving it his everything now. The block 1 meter from the ground. Renith dropping another centimeter. They are approaching 55 minutes. Renith adjusting, but the block drops another centimeter. 55 minutes into this challenge. Renith still in this game. The block approaching the ground, now 40 centimeters from the ground. Renith's blocks dropping 1 centimeter every 2 seconds. Now stable. Ryan still very stable. They are battling it out for individual immunity. Renith breathing heavily. And unfortunately, Renith's block dropped. Ryan wins individual immunity for a third time. Ryan and Renith giving each other a hug, acknowledging the great sportsmanship. All right, let's move to the same positions that you guys came in, please. All right, Ryan, congratulations. You've won the individual immunity necklace for a third time. It was a great battle. Renith, you gave it everything. Well done. But at the end, Ryan took the prize home. So, who's interested to know what was in the scrolls? All of us. Okay, let's read them and see. So, if you chose this scroll, you would have had a no vote. If you chose this scroll, you would have had 2 votes. So now that you've seen the scrolls, can I have the mic? Now that you've seen the scrolls, would that have made a difference if you knew that up front? Renith?
Well, I mean, in terms of the result now, yes, because at the end of the day now, if I dropped the block then and now I'd be sitting, well, now I've dropped the block and I have nothing there. If I dropped the block, I would have something.
You would have had 50% chance of getting 2 votes.
Yeah, I think, you know, just certainty is a massive factor, and also obviously there's an element of uncertainty there. But I think I respect the fact that all of us played the game fairly. I think that's the thing that I'd like to say going forward, and I think it's just a testament to the vibe of the tribe, yeah. So I'm very, very happy with it.
Connor, now that you know, but you have made a different decision.
No, as Renith said, I mean, it's good to see that we all stood there and were able to mutually agree not to take it, because it's just unfair. But I mean, obviously, to know you could have had a 50% chance of getting 2 votes would have been nice, but that's Survivor, it's uncertain. So I'm happy with the decision I made, and I know the boys are happy with staying on the wall as well.
Ruben, what was your thinking behind the scroll option?
I just thought, like, when Ula went out for coffee, like, you show weakness, you show, like, you don't want to, you want the food more than anything else.
Are you saying that Ula was weak in that moment?
He was weak, yeah, and
Okay.
he needs to, yeah, like, we showed each other we can go on, and we backed each other, and yeah.
Not even a Red Bull tempted you, Dieter. What was your thinking behind it?
Well, chappies, I haven't touched alcohol in 3 years. I don't touch energy drinks ever. I barely touch milkshakes and sodas and orange juices ever. I just drink water. So if you came at me with some nice, fresh out of the store quelle, then you might have had me. But nah, other things won't tempt me one bit.
Fresh water, is that all?
Oh, fresh water gets me going.
Okay. Ryan, you lasted 55 minutes into that challenge. How long do you think you could have gone?
Oh, I think it's hard to say, because as soon as you lose the tiniest bit of concentration, you're done. It could slip just to the horizontal position, and from there it's really difficult. Props to Renith for holding that position for so long in that squat position. I don't think I would have been able to do that. Yeah, so in the position I was happy, but like I said, anything can happen in that instance of non-focused.
Oh, well done, Ryan, wearing that necklace for a third time. You are safe at the next Tribal Council. The rest of you guys are all up for elimination. You guys can head back to camp. I'll see you pretty soon for the first Tribal Council of today. And there we have the first challenge for today. Ryan successfully winning individual immunity once again. Right at the end, Renith gave him a run for his money. but Ryan walks away with the necklace. This is TuksRes Survivor, first challenge of the day. We still have a lot coming. Tribal Council is up next, and there might be some drama as usual. You do not want to miss this. See you soon. So if the stream drops, you just stick to your seat. We're going to get the link up as soon as possible. About to start the first Tribal Council for today, and things are about to heat up. Ratonga, you guys can come on in. Ratonga now making their way into Tribal Council, and this is going to be an interesting one. I can guarantee you that these tribal councils are going to become more intense as we go further into the game. Now also joining us, the jury, Glenn, Janku, and last voted Alvin. Welcome to your first Tribal Council for today, Ratonga. Beneath the previous challenge, you gave it your all and you went up against Ryan.
I did.
You were the shortest member in the challenge and Ryan was the tallest. And that was really interesting to see that you just went with everything inside of you. What was your motivation?
No, I think that's my outlook on life. I think if I'm going to do something, I want to give it my absolute everything, because I'm not going to give my best. Who am I and what am I doing? I think, especially considering the position that I'm in and that we're all in now, I think if we don't and we're not giving our best, then we don't deserve to be here.
How long did the 45 or the 50 minutes feel?
For the first portion where we were allowed to, make changes and alterations, it was manageable in my opinion. But yeah, the last leg felt very, very stretched out, and it felt like quite a long time. Yeah, it was a very, very heavy battle.
Yuan, unfortunately, you dropped out second just after Boisiwe. What happened?
Apparently, I touched my nose on the block. I was probably just like focus and I didn't pick up on that. I didn't feel anything, but like I'm not going to argue. It is what it is. It's part of the game.
So, do you think that you would have lost it longer than Ryan if your nose didn't touch the block?
I think it was said earlier. It's very hard to know. It's like you have to be there to actually know. And I mean, I was on the ball for barely 10 minutes, so I honestly can't say. I feel perfectly fine now, but 50 minutes is quite a long time. I think they did a very good job getting so far.
Boisiwe, unfortunately, you were the first one to drop out. Was that a difficult challenge for you?
Not necessarily. I feel like my placement was off from the beginning, and so as soon as the brick slid down, it was just
downhill from there. Ruben, you lost it quite long with the blocks. What happened near the end?
I just lost concentration, and when you get like to the horizontal point,
Yes,
it's over. I'm not as flexible as Renif. When it came there, I knew I'm gonna lose, so I just dropped it and gave up.
So, what part of your body did you feel the most pain in?
Probably like the wrist area. When we were with the one hand, it was quite hard there. But yeah, that's the hardest part of it.
Dieter, you also lost it quite long. What happened? What happened near the end?
I think poor technique. Right before we got to the one-hand part, I was trying to figure things out, how to do it nicely. I saw that Ruben and Ryan went for the whole very high straight arm thing, and I tried to do that, but I just couldn't get the strength to get it all the way up there. So when it started getting lower and lower and lower, I just couldn't hold on anymore, and eventually I lost.
Connor, what happened back at camp after you guys finished the first challenge?
I mean, well, first of all, it was a very quick tribal call. I mean, we were very shocked, but I think we thought it was because the challenge took so long. But yeah, we came back to camp. The water was refilled, which we're very thankful for because it's a hot day. The clothes are dried after the storm we had yesterday, and the blankets are dry, which is another bonus. We know we can get a fire going, and yeah, I think everyone was just a bit weak, a bit tired. So just wanted to try to rest up, but we heard that air horn, so we had to come back here for the first tribal.
Did we have some chatting going on?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be chats after a challenge. We're in the final 7 now, so there's always going to be chats, and you can't deny it, you can't hide from it, it's going to happen.
Talking about final 7, I just want to remind you guys that any advantages, any idols will only be able to play it up to the final 6. So please remember that. The final 6 will be the next tribal council, and that will be the last time when you can play any idols or any advantages. Ryan, what chats was going on back at camp?
Oh geez, like Connor said, there wasn't much time. We literally got back, filled up our water bottles, there goes the sound, and we got to come back.
Yeah.
So I had 1 or 2 chats. Some others may have had 1 or 2 chats on the walk here. Yeah, what happens next is a bit more uncertain than the previous tribal councils, so we'll just have to wait and see.
So you've got the necklace around your neck again, Ryan. And if I look at the shape of the necklace, it represents a target.
Something that's quite brutal to say.
Would you
but
say
yeah.
that it represents a target?
It does. Like I said before, when you have this on, you know everyone else wants to take it from you.
Okay, so far Ryan has won 3 out of the 4 immunities, individual immunities. Johan has won it once. Johan, what does it mean to you not having that necklace around your neck now?
As I've said before, I'm comfortable the way things are. People can chat, people can do what they have to do. I'm perfectly happy. Like, you know, anyway, like it can go left, it can go right. I'm there for it.
Out of interest's sake, how many people is still left of the original Ignis tribe? Left hands. Johan and Connor. Original Moreu tribe, which is the blue tribe. We've got Ryan, Dieter and Ruben. And the original One Now tribe, which is the green tribe. We've got Buisiwe and Renif. Do those initial alliances play a role now at the final 7, Renif?
Honestly, obviously, I think they do maybe have a small effect, but I think the larger effect definitely comes from now. I think we said it in another tribal council. This is a completely different ball game now. It's a completely different mindset. There's so many other factors you have to factor in. Like now you're fighting for yourself, before you're fighting for a tribe. So I think now, in my honest opinion, I don't think it matters as much as the alliances that form within after merge.
Dieter, if you were to go to the final tribal council, who would you like to sit next to you? Weak players or strong players?
I mean, I think, Chappies, ideally everyone wants weak players in that last moment because it's easier for you. But personally, I'm here to get the most out of the game, not just an easy 12K if that be the case. So I'd want it to be entertaining. And because of that, if it's good competitors, if it's strong people, then hey, bring the challenge on.
Buisiwe, same question to you. If you were to make it to final tribal council, would you like to sit next to strong players or weaker players?
I think I'd want to be next to people I know I stand a good chance against. Yes, good competition is great, but at the end of the day, the prize is the main goal.
So do you have maybe a name or two in your head of who you would like to sit next to?
Not yet, Chappie.
Not yet. Okay. Connor, what strategy would you follow if you were to make it to final tribal council?
I mean, not really points in giving out the strategy, but obviously everyone's got a strategy that they're trying to play, and I think everyone hopes it works out, and if it doesn't, then they're sitting at the jury and they got the final say at the end of the day. So it doesn't really matter what I say or what I do now. All that matters is their votes at the end of the jury if I do make it to final tribal.
Ryan, are there some members in the jury that you backstab?
Yeah. Backstabbed is a strong word, but yeah, blindside.
Blindsided.
It's the name of the game, and it's a tough bullet to bite, especially after the memories that you create with them. I mean, we've had some pretty good laughs, and I did enjoy spending the time with them. But when it comes to merge, you gotta look at who you think is the most threatening, who poses the most danger to you in the game, and that's what I based my vote off.
Ruben, are there people sitting in the jury that you blindsided?
Yes, they are, but yeah, like Brian said, it's the name of the game. You have to take out big players in order to survive, and yeah, it just has to happen sometimes.
7 remaining, and after the next vote, there'll only be 6 remaining. Has anyone got anything to say before we go to the votes? Well, with that, it is time to vote. Beneath you know how this works. You can head straight to the voting booth. You will write down the person's name who you want to vote out.
Just waiting for the day that I see you out of here, boy.
Hope his plan works out, and yeah, we've got a big threat to this game, so hopefully plan A works.
You're a resourceful man, and I've actually come to respect you, but I seriously hope this is your time to go.
I was asked to vote for Connor, so that's what I did. You're not the person I want to vote for, but if you do go, you're one of the coolest people I've met.
sitting there like, he's just gonna be sitting. Yes, it's hot, man.
No one's gonna burn, so.
It is Pikachu's back, bro. It never stopped.
No fucking way, bro. I didn't see that. Oh shit, he's.
Yeah, look there, bro. You can see the heat.
That's there? You are lit, bro.
You are, like, look there, you can see, look at mine, then look at yours.
Oh yeah. If you would believe I'm lit, just look at the shadow, boy.
Just feel the heat.
Whoa, fuck yeah.
Everyone's gonna get drama from boobs now. Don't forget, man. You've got your puppy here, see? Yeah, I'm saying, it's gonna happen now, man.
Oh ja, hij is nog voor shop. Nee, iedereen is net al there. Oh.
Yeah, because after this, after this, then we're top 6.
Okay, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Ruben. Would you like to play this for yourself?
Yes.
This is indeed immunity. Ruben is choosing to play it for himself.
Any immunity idol.
Anyone else? And with that, I will read the votes. The person with the most votes will have to leave tribal council immediately. First vote. Dieter. Second vote. Johan. 1 vote Dieter, 1 vote Johan. Third vote. Reneth. 1 vote Dieter, 1 vote Johan, 1 vote Reneth. Third vote. Johan. That's 2 votes Johan, 1 vote Dieter, 1 vote Reneth. Fifth vote. Connor. That's 1 vote Connor, 1 vote Dieter, 1 vote Reneth, and 2 votes Johan. Sixth vote. And the 4th member of our jury, Johan. Johan, that's enough. You can bring me a torch. Thank you, Johan. The tribe has spoken. You can leave tribal council. Just like that, you guys are down to 6. Remember, you can only play any immunity idols or advantages up to the final 6. So after the next tribal council, no more advantages or no more immunities will be at play. That's all for now. You guys can head back to camp, prepare for the next challenge. Well, with that, we just saw fireworks at Tribal Council, and Johan was unfortunately voted out, although there was 4 other people whose names came up. Ruben played an immunity idol advantage for himself, but he fortunately did not receive any votes against his name. The next few challenges is going to be brutal, and the people are going to have to fight for their life to stay in this game, so you do not want to miss one moment. We still have 2 tribal councils coming up for today, 2 challenges coming up for today. TuksRes Survivor 2023, don't want to miss this.
Yeah, so obviously that was expected. I did still have my my idol, but I decided to rather pass it off to someone who could get pretty far in this game, hopefully make it to the final. She deserves it. I think putting a girl into the top 3 after 6 days in the bush, like toughing it out, rain, shine, challenges, I think she definitely deserves to be up there. After doing what I did with Alvin, I think there was a bit of a target on my back, and I was going to go home before making it to the top 3. So I had to kind of choose to sort of like send myself home ultimately, so that it could benefit other people. So ultimately, it was an awesome game. I've had so much fun, and I can't wait to actually go get clean, go get food, and go get my ankles unitched. Ultimately, yeah.
Welcome back. We're about to start our second challenge for the 5th day of TuksRes Survivor 2023. Latanga, you guys can come on in. The previous tribal council, we saw Johan being voted out. Ryan won the previous challenge and he was safe at tribal council. Immunity will be up for grabs again, and we're about to start our second challenge for the day. This one is going to be quite a rough challenge. Let's see how it goes. Welcome back, Rutonga. Just line up behind me, ready for the next challenge. Ready for the next challenge, down to 6. And this is where it's going to become really interesting. All right, your next challenge is going to be a physical one. It's going to consist out of 2 stations in the beginning. So we're going to have 3 people compete against 3 people. Well, 3 people compete against each other on the first station. 3 people compete against each other on the second station. You guys can choose who you want to compete against. So you're going to choose who's going to be at the first station, and also make the decision who's going to be at the second station. This is how the rules are going to work. On my go, you will leave from the cone. You will head to the tire. So please, let's use this station as an example. There's a cone over there, cone 1, cone 2, and cone 3 on my left. This is the first station. It's a duplicate on this side, but all of us are going at the same time. On my go, you will run for the tire, and your mission is to drag the tire past your cone. Whoever drags the tire past his or her cone, they will then advance to the next stage of this challenge, which I will explain later. Okay, simple rules. You have to at least have one hand on the tire. You can also grab both hands, but if you let go of one hand, then you can only make use of the one remaining hand on the tire. Are we clear? If you fall down, you have 5 seconds to get up. If you're on the ground for longer than 5 seconds, then I will unfortunately have to ask you to step out of the challenge, and you will not have a shot at immunity. Once you have managed to pull the tire past the cone, then you will advance to the next stage of this challenge. We've changed the rules. You will be drawing for rocks in order to see where you are going to be positioned. Any questions? Yes. You can pick up the tire, yes. You cannot throw the tire. You must grab it with you, and you must run to your cone. Whoever passes the cone with the tire, and remember the tire as well as yourself must pass the cone, you will advance to the next stage. Only the tire. You cannot hold on to your opponents. You can only hold on to the tire.
You said that if we're on the floor for longer than 5 seconds, then we are going to be asked to step out. If, let's say, two or more of us are holding the tire and we're both on the ground fighting for it, and we're both on the ground longer for 5 seconds, does that mean we will both be stepping out?
Well, you can easily stand up in 5 seconds, so I highly doubt that 2 of you will be on the ground for longer than 5 seconds.
So we're all going for one tire at the same time?
2 stations, so 3 people are going for 1 tire. Behind you is another station. Okay, it's 3 people going for 1 tire, but you will have to take the tire back to your cone and pass your cone with your entire body and the tire before you can stop the game. You will then advance to the next stage. Yes, Dieter.
Make use of the whole field.
You can make use of the whole field, yes. We are going to draw for spots. And remember, if you let one hand go, you cannot use that hand again. So you can start off, if both of your hands are on the tire and you let one go, it's fine, but you can't use this hand again. And you can also just use one hand if you wanted to right from the start, but you cannot use the other hand at any time then. Ready? Let's draw for rocks. All right, remember, we've got judges around that's gonna view your every move. If they see that both hands are off, then unfortunately you are out of this challenge. And if you're on the ground for longer than 5 seconds, that means you are not on both feet for longer than 5 seconds, then you will have to step out as well. All right, before we begin, the first things first, Ryan, you can bring me back that necklace. Thank you, Ryan. Immunity up for grabs, which will guarantee you a spot in the final 5. There's different color rocks, 2 different color rocks in this little box. You can look me in the eye, take a rock and then just keep it in your hand. Put your hands out, don't open it yet, just turn it around and open. If you're white, you will be at this station. If you're a normal rock, you'll be at that station. How interesting is that? The 3 tallest guys going up against each other and the 3 shortest people going up against each other after a random rock draw. Okay, are you guys clear? If we see you on the ground, we'll give you 5 seconds to get up. We'll also inform you. This station, you can only compete for this tire. This station, you can only compete for this tire. The objective is to drag the tire across your cone. Only then you will advance to the next station. Are we clear? Clear, guys. TuksRes ready? Go! And the challenge is on. We've got Ryan running. Ryan is running and Dieter is stopping him. Now Dieter is making use of both hands. Ryan has only got one hand. Dieter is dragging it to the cone. We've got Renith and Bushiwe in the middle. The 3 oaks only have one hand now. They can only use one hand. They cannot use the other hand. They've already let go. Make sure you do not use the other hand, otherwise you will be out. Renith, Bushiwe and Connor still with all hands on the tire. Now Ruben is making progress, dragging it to the cone. Ryan is assisting Ruben and Ruben advances to the next stage. Dieter is out. Ruben advanced to the next stage. Connor is pulling vigorously and he wants to get the tire across his cone. Renith only has one hand on the tire now. Connor still has 2 and they are holding on for dear life. Bushiwe is pulling with Renith and both of them are pulling against Connor. Who is going to make it to the next stage of this challenge? Ruben already through to the next stage. And now Renith and Bushiwe are making progress. Renith is pulling it towards the cone. Connor taking a rest. Renith only having one hand on, and he cannot put the other hand back on, or else he will be eliminated from this challenge. This is very tiring. We see we're breathing heavily. Connor breathing heavily. Renith pulling with all his might. Connor still both hands. The three of them taking a little break now. And you have to pull it across your cone in order to advance to the next round. Connor making grounds, almost at his cone. We see where Renith falling off, and Connor winning this round, going to the next stage of the challenge. We see where giving it everything. Renith unfortunately slipping right at the end. So we've got Connor that's gonna go up against Ruben. Connor and Ruben, you guys can prepare for the second stage of this challenge. Only Connor and Ruben will have the opportunity to fight for immunity. Let's see how this goes. Okay, Connor and Ruben, please bring the original ties back to their positions. It's the one that's on its own, yeah. Fine, eh? Okay, on my go, you guys will start at the different cones. Ruben, you'll start at that cone, the top cone. Connor, you'll start at the bottom. You will still focus on your section. Ruben, you'll focus on this section. The goal is to collect altogether 6 tires and pack a tower from the biggest tire to the smallest tire. All the tires have to be on top. Whoever finishes that first with the tower still balancing and calls me, they will win.
Do we have to move the tire?
You have to move the tire to this center tower where you guys where you start, okay? So you can only collect 1 tire at a time. Okay. Clear?
So we can run straight for tire.
You can run straight for any tire. You first have to get all the tires here before you can start packing the tower.
Okay. In your section?
In your section. There's 6 tires in your section. You can only work in your section. You cannot grab your opponent's tires. And listen closely. The tower should be from big tires to small tires at the top. TuksRes ready, go!
Come boys.
Connor going for the biggest tire first. Ruben bringing a random tire back. Connor rolling the biggest tire first. Now Ruben's going for the biggest tire. Connor there with his second tire. Ruben rolling his third tire. Ruben now throwing a 4th tire. Remember, all of your tires should be here together before you can start building. Only 1 tire at a time. They are making progress. Your tower should be built on this cone. Connor, your tire should be built. Your tower should be built on this cone. Ruben, yours should be built on this cone. Ruben still has 1 more tire to collect. Ruben, you must first collect all of your tires. They are not together yet. They should touch each other before you can start building the tower. All of your tires should touch each other before you can start building your tower. They should touch each other, all of them. You can start building. Here is your cone. You can go, Ruben. From big to small. Whoever manages to do that, it should be on the cone. The cone should be in the middle of your tire. Head to head. This is a very close battle. Ruben ahead with one tire. Ruben going for his third tire. It should be from biggest to smallest. Connor with his third tire. Ruben now replacing a tire. Connor coming with his fourth tire. Ruben is one tire ahead. Ruben is finished and he called me, but it's not correct. Connor called me. Crew, can I please have confirmation? We're just confirming with crew. Both tires are balancing, but the question is, who stacked it from the biggest to the smallest? Okay, we quickly rewatched on cameras from all angles, and Ruben actually won the first time. Ruben, you got individual immunity. Well done, Connor. Ruben won individual immunity, and this is the second challenge for the day. Well done, Ruben. Let me get you the necklace. You can stay there. Well done, Ruben, winning the immunity necklace for the first time.
I think my neck is a little bit.
Yeah, your neck might be. it'll still fit. Okay, Ruben, you are safe at the next tribal council, which will be in a few minutes. Ruben, how does that make you feel?
Feels great. I feel a lot safer than I did before we started. I'm happy I can rest now and not stress about the council. So yeah, it's a great feeling.
It's the first time you win individual immunity. Well done. The rest of you guys are all fair game. You can head back to camp. See you in a few minutes at Tribal Council. And there we go. This was the second challenge for today. And we're going to head straight to the second Tribal Council for the day, where unfortunately one member's journey will come to an end. This is TuksRes Survivor. You've missed out on quite a lot if you've only joined us now, but luckily for you, you can still catch up. Do not miss the next few challenges and tribal councils. Magic to come. You are just in time for our second tribal council of the day. Ratonga, you guys can come on in. 6 members remaining, and after the next tribal council we will only have 5 members remaining. This is also the last time that any immunity idols or advantages can be played. So after this it is fair game for everyone with no advantages, no immunity idols at play. Ratonga, you guys can come on in. Ratonga making their way into tribal council now, and this is where the social aspect plays a massive role, especially after this round, where no more individual immunity idols or hidden immunity idols will be at play. Welcome, Ratonga. Things are moving quick now. We are at the end of the game, and all of you sitting here have got a 1 in 6 chance of making it to the final. Ruben, you've got a 1 in 5 chance. How does it feel with that necklace around your neck, Ruben, knowing that you've got 1 out of 5 chance to make it right to the final?
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't think I'd come this far, and like I'm actually shocked. But yeah, happy to be here, happy to still be playing, and yeah, excited for the rest of the day and for tomorrow.
Okay. Ryan, you went up against Ruben in the previous challenge, but it seemed at some stage if you just gave up. What went through your mind?
No, I thought I could race to the tyre first and get it away from them before they even touched me. But as soon as Ruben got a hold of it, I knew that his added weight would assist him in getting it to the cone. So I thought rather conserve energy now and let him take it, because my hands are pretty battered in any case. So yeah, it would be easier to just let Ruben take it rather than Dieter.
Okay guys, before we continue, obviously you know we've also got the jury that's going to join us now, with Johan being voted out at the last tribal council. Jury, you can come in. We've got Glenn, we've got Janku, Alvin and Johan joining us now before we will continue with this tribal council. Welcome jury. I would advise that you guys listen closely, as it will be your responsibility to choose the winner down the line. Dieter, with the previous challenge, at some stage it seemed as if Ryan and Ruben went up against you. Was that so, or was it every man for himself?
I mean, I think it started every man for himself. We had a bit of a tussle going on, and I thought we were pretty centered and it was going to go anyone's direction. But then, yeah, Ryan did seem to walk in Ruben's direction, which was a little disappointing because, I mean, not that I think I could drag Ruben my way, but Ryan certainly didn't help.
So, do you think Ryan gave up, or was he actually assisting Ruben in winning that challenge?
I mean, I don't love the idea of him giving up, just because, you know, it's a game. We should try as hard as we can, but I don't like the idea of him assisting him either, because that puts me in a weird spot, I suppose. I think it was, as he said, just a case of weighing up the risk versus reward. His hands are banged, all of ours are.
We see where you and Renee went up against Connor, and at some stage both of you were pulling up against Connor, and Connor managed to actually win that challenge, the first section of the challenge. How was it just going up against the two guys? Was it every man and girl for themselves, or did you guys have a strategy?
No, we had no strategy whatsoever. I think we just saw that Connor has the upper hand, and I was pulling to my side, but I was also pulling upwards because he was closer to his cone. So I was pulling upwards, but to my side as well. So I think it seemed like we were working together, but we really weren't.
So I'm curious, why didn't you guys decide to work together? Because if you would have, you might have won Connor.
I just feel like even when I tried to pull up, it was just, Connor was just going ham. So I just let it go.
Renee, you were part of that challenge as well. What was your thinking during the challenge?
Honestly, I didn't even think about, teaming up with anyone on the thing. I think we all respected the fact that it's individual effort, and I think that makes things fair as well. But no, I definitely agree with Buisi where it was very, very difficult to go up against Connor, especially after the challenge this morning. My left arm just gave up, and then obviously when you have one arm and everyone's got two, it's very, very difficult. But no, Connor did very well to win the challenge, and he put up a very, very good fight against Ruben. It was a very, very entertaining challenge to watch.
I think what viewers back at home also forget is that you guys don't just have one challenge a day. You've got 3 challenges within a span of 8 hours. And in between, you've got the emotional, draining sessions at Tribal Council. How big of a role does that play, Ryan? The fact that you guys have 3 challenges and you have to go back and face all the emotions.
And let's not forget that we're pretty limited on food rations as well. So it is draining. You wake up in the morning hungry. Luckily this morning we had a little bit of pup. It's not a lot though. And then you got to put your all into each challenge 3 times. And like you said, the the emotional side and the political side of the tribal councils is seriously draining, if not more than the physical side of the challenges. So coming in, it's it's one step closer after each challenge and after each tribal council, but it also is one step back in terms of your energy.
Connor, you managed to win that challenge, and you were actually fighting Buisiwe and Renief, and then you had to go up against Ruben. It was a very, very close race between you two, but then at the end Ruben won. What do you think you did wrong, or what do you think Ruben did right?
No, I just think Ruben was able to get the tyres to the cone first and was able to start packing a bit earlier. And obviously, I thought I had a chance because when he called you first to check it, you said it was wrong. And then obviously when I stacked mine, there was a recheck and he was actually correct. So I wouldn't have won either way because he stacked it before me and it was correct to begin with. So I think the best thing I could have done was just try to be a bit quicker. But yeah, I mean, you saw him throw the tyres from 4 meters out of the cone and he made it there. So freak of nature.
So it just shows you once again that the challenges aren't specifically set out for some individuals. It is sometimes you'll win and sometimes you're just not going to be cut out for it. Dieter, what factors are you going to take in mind when writing down a name now?
Chappies, being just 6 people left and entering the top 5 after this tribal council is intimidating, it's terrifying. I mean, we all deserve to be here, but at the end of the day, you do need to write someone, so I'm just going to stick with my gut feeling, the people that I trust, and hopefully that's the correct way to go with things.
The previous journey, your previous journey last year, you were voted out on the first day.
Yes, thank you.
And now you've made it to the final 6. That is very impressive. The only returning player to make it to final 6. Renief, is that some sort of a threat in a way or not?
No, I don't think necessarily. I think, we have to focus on what is happening now. I think obviously these are 2 different people we're talking about. If you take any one of us last year and take the present person now, I don't think it's really someone you can compare. I think we're completely different people and we grow every single day. And I think it's only fair, and I think what we did all together, every single contestant, is judge everyone's character based on what they've done in this competition alone. So yeah, I don't really think that it plays any factor whatsoever.
Ruben, what do you think what criteria will the jury use in order to judge who will win?
I think it's just the guy that played the best game of Survivor.
Define best game for me.
Outwit, I'll play out last. At the end of the day, if you outlast everyone, you made that stick. And if you outplay everyone, the jury has to accept the fact that sometimes you can lose, but if you're a dominant performer, I think, and you make it to the final day, it's definitely an aspect they are willing to check and then outlast. The worst part about it is you're gonna send friends home, but I believe this is just a game. I don't want to make it personal, and I made great friends throughout this whole journey, even at the start of the journey. So yeah, I think it's just about who played the best game, who played the best away.
We see where you are still the only rose among the thorns, and you were the only rose among the thorns right off the merge as well. You must probably have a lot of coffee dates there back at camp.
Oh my word. I don't, chubbies.
Don't you?
No, I don't.
Why do you think that would be then?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, each individual knows why they're keeping me here. I think I'm just here. I'm just taking it one step at a time. Yeah.
Okay. Now all of you have your eyes on the prize. Remember, only one person can walk away with the title of TuksRes Survivor, as well as the money that goes along with it. We are about to head to voting. Are you guys ready to go to voting? Great, you know how this works. One by one, you will go to the voting booth. and you will write down the person's name who you want to vote out. Renith, you are up first.
I'm sorry, man. There's nothing personal. You're a very, very good guy. Very, very stand-up, and I wish you all of the best going forward, man. Lots of love.
Much to say. I'm very, very tired, but yeah, the plan's gonna have to come second.
It's a shame to see the triangle of trust broken, but circles don't have jagged edges, so I guess you can trust that more.
I'll go tally the votes. anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now is the time to do so. Dieter. This is indeed a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Dieter will not count. Anyone else? Renif, who are you playing this for?
Myself.
For yourself. This is indeed a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Renif will not count. Anyone else? Buisiwe, who are you playing this for?
For myself.
Yourself. This is indeed a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Buisiwe will not count. Anyone else? Okay. Once the votes have been read, the person with the most votes will have to leave tribal council. I'll read the votes. First vote. Dieter. Does not count. Second vote. Dieter. Does not count. Third vote. Dieter. Does not count. Fourth vote. Dieter. Does not count. Fifth vote. Ryan. One vote Ryan. Sixth vote. And the fifth member of our jury. Ryan. Ryan, that's enough. You can bring me a torch. Ryan, tribe has spoken. You can leave tribal council. Well, just like that, you fall one by one. And it seems like the highest trees do catch a lot of wind if you play an idol correctly. It also seems like there's a lot of paranoid people in this tribe. Better make sure you win the next challenge. Your life will be on the line. Get up, go back to camp. See you at the next challenge. And there you have it. This was a second tribal council for today. And unfortunately, after Dieter played his immunity idol correctly on himself, Ryan had to go home. We had Buisiwe play an idol on herself. We had Renif play an idol for himself. They didn't receive any votes, but this was also the last round where they could have used their hidden immunity idols, which means it's fair game from here on. Fortunately for Ryan, his journey ended right here. This is still not over. We still have a challenge ahead and a tribal council. You do not want to miss the upcoming challenge. It's going to be an interesting one. See you soon.
Oh, I'm deflated. I must be honest. I did not see that one coming. I should have known better. Obviously, there would be some people who wouldn't share their hidden immunity idols. Dieter was certainly a surprise. We all wanted him out. I'm not really sure who coalesced with him to get me out, but here I am. It's really sad. I enjoyed the game, and this didn't feel like the right time for me to leave. But like I've said before, nothing's guaranteed in Survivor, and well done to them.
That's all I worry about now. Yeah.
Renif, does this change the game up a little bit?
Well, I mean, spiced the game up a bit, I think, more than changed it. But yeah, no, I think towards the, I mean, we are the final five, and it's always expected to have these kind of twists. I must be honest. I can see why my nervous feelings were felt and experienced. I guess my spidey senses must be on point today. But yeah, no, I'm just really looking forward to see what the challenge is.
Well, this next challenge is a puzzle of sorts. Dieter, if I remember correctly, you lost the puzzle challenge against Ryan. How does this make you feel knowing this is a puzzle challenge and that your life in the game might be up for grabs?
Chappies, I did feel that more physical challenges would be my specialty going into the top 5. And yes, that Lego puzzle off with Ryan was pretty tough, but I learned a lot from it, and hopefully I can use that knowledge going forward. What happens, happens.
Great, guys. Always expect the unexpected. Are you guys ready to start the challenge?
Yes.
Remember, you are not only fighting for individual immunity, you are also fighting to still stay in this game. Can I please have the necklace? Let's grab that necklace first. Thank you very much, Ruben. All right, everyone chose their own position. I will explain the rules. Okay, this is how it's going to work. Right in front of you, there's a combination lock. There's only a certain combination that can open up that lock. In front of you, you will see 3 different stations. One station with nails on it, the second station with lemons, and the third station of bottles. You are allowed to come to these white dots on the grass at any point in time, but you aren't allowed to cross the dots. You can only be 2 at a dot at a specific time. Are we clear? You cannot step over the dot. You should be in line with the dot. If someone next to you stands next to you, they should almost touch you. You cannot go like around the dot. You should be on the back side of the dot, closest towards the table. Are we clear? Your mission will then be, the first section of this challenge will be to count the amount of nails, count the amount of lemons, and count the amount of bottles. Then have it in the right combination in order to open up the combination lock. So you will need 4 digits. Are we clear? After you got the combination and you can open the lock, you must call me so that I can come check whether you've got the correct combination or not. After you got the right combination, you will then run to a tree in that direction, where you will gather 1 set of puzzle pieces. You will come back and you will have to assemble the puzzle. Whoever assembles the puzzle correctly first will win individual immunity. Whoever assembles the puzzle last, or does not assemble the puzzle at all, or does not even finish the combination section of this challenge, will unfortunately be eliminated straight away. Yes, Connor.
Oh, safety. What's the baboon down that road there? Is that going to be shifted up and onto?
The baboon is an obstacle as well.
Oh, lovely.
You have to fight the baboon to reach your puzzle pieces. You're not allowed to get on your table. Please just remember that as well. So, you can move to the dots at any time. Only 2 people at a specific dot. That is the maximum amount of people at a dot. And then you have to count or guess the amount of bottles, nails and lemons. Get the correct combination. After that, you have to open the lock, call me so I can inspect the digits. When I say go and you've had the correct combination of digits, you can then run, collect your puzzle pieces, come back and assemble the puzzle as quickly as possible. So you're not allowed to take the lock with you, and you can also not tell the answer to each other. After you've managed to secure the digits on your lock, you can fold a part of the tablecloth over the lock. Okay, any questions? Yes, Rin.
Sorry, just to clarify, when you said we can't take the lock, I assume you mean you can't take the lock from here to there?
Yes, you can't. You must leave the lock on the table at all times. That's the only place where you can change the numbers. All right, there will be someone at the tree, so you can just run towards the tree. You can only work on your lock on that side of the table. Okay. Everyone ready? Yeah. TuksRes, go! Okay, checking out Ruben and Connor, Renith and Busiwe. Make sure, Busiwe, you stand behind that dot. You can only work on your lock on that side of the table, Dieter. Moving to the next dot. You're not allowed to move around, guys. You can only stand behind it. Dieter, watch your feet. Watch your feet. You can only stand behind the dot, guys. You must, if you want to view, you can only stand at one of the dots and you must stand still. Renif's running. Ruben checking out the bottles, trying to count the amount of bottles. Renif back at the bottles. We see we're taking your time, moving to the nails. We see we're behind that dot. Dieter trying to figure out the combination. Ruben trying to figure out the combination. Renif going back to the lock. Now trying to put in the combination. We see we're changing positions. Dieter standing next to Busiwe, trying to check out and count how many lemons there are. Busiwe going to the nail section. Dieter going to the nail section. Connor trying to count the bottles now, and this is a difficult task. Renif, you can only stand right next to the dot. You cannot move around and stand behind it. All right, I need everyone to go back to the beginning of the table, to the start. We just want to make it, want to make something clear. Dieter, please put down. Okay, due to some connectivity issues, we lost some of the stream, so I'm just going to explain the challenge again and I'm going to explain where we are on the challenge. So, this is a combination challenge, well, a puzzle challenge. First section of this challenge, all the contestants will have to unlock a combination lock, and they'll have to do it by counting a station of nails, lemons and bottles. They will then have to have the correct combination of those numbers in order to open up this lock. After they've done that, they will have to call me. I will then make sure that they've got the correct combination. After that, they will run to the tree, get a pack of puzzle pieces, come back and build the puzzle pieces, or build a puzzle over here. The first person to finish the puzzle correctly will win individual immunity. The person who does not finish the challenge or finishes it last will unfortunately be eliminated immediately. You guys ready to go? Yes. And go. Dieter trying different numbers to open up this combination lock. We see we're busy with the different numbers. Renif behind that dot. Connor behind the dot trying to count the nails. We see where, and Renif, you must stay behind the dots. Ruben still trying to figure us out, focusing. So the difficult part of this challenge is to not only guess the right amount of objects, but also to have the correct combination of those numbers. You will have to find a method and stick to that method, otherwise you won't know what is front and what is back. If someone steps over the dot again, you'll get a 1-minute penalty. You have to be at the dot if you want to look at the different stations. So many different options available, and this is what makes this challenge so tricky. Dieter hasn't moved for quite a while. He's trying to guess the numbers. We see we're very relaxed, taking your time. Remember, you should be on that dot. You can't be in between the dots. Dieter now going to the first dot.
Chappies.
Yes. Renith, let me have a look. It is correct. Renith, you can go collect your puzzle pieces. Renith running. Will he be able to win individual immunity for himself? He managed to unlock the combination lock. Renith, you're running too far. Renith! Renith running into the wilds, looking for the baboon. Renith coming back. He ran too far, and that gives a lot of the other castaways time to catch up.
Chappies, it won't unlock if we have the right combo, right?
It will unlock if you've got the correct combo, yes. If you've got the right combination of numbers, it will definitely unlock. Renith going up to grab his puzzle pieces. Renith working hastily, and he wants to finish this puzzle before anyone else so that he can secure individual immunity. The rest also have to finish this challenge as soon as they can in order to still stay in the game. This is an elimination challenge, which means whoever finishes last will be eliminated. Connor checking out the amount of nails, trying to count the amount of nails. Dieter counting the amount of bottles. Connor. We see we're taking it very easy. Just enjoying this challenge. Renith, you missed the puzzle pieces. Renith is searching for the puzzle pieces. It's clearly visible, but he's missed it. Maybe too excited. Ruben, Puisiwe, and Connor now have time to catch up. Dieter, still struggling, trying to figure out the combination. Dieter now inspecting the mountain nails, trying to count them. Dieter, make sure you are behind that dot. Renith still can't find his puzzle pieces. He's wasting a lot of time. Ruben now counting the amount of bottles. Connor counting the amount of lemons. Renith finding the puzzle pieces. Now he's making progress, running back. Renith can win individual immunity if he manages to build this puzzle in time. Welcome back, Renith. You can build your puzzle. Renith opening the package hastily. And this is an interesting puzzle. He'll have to get his bearings together in order to make sure that he does this the quickest. Renith, just remove that bag of paper.
Can I keep my buff on my table?
Yes, you can. We see where Ruben and Connor are still trying to catch up with Renith. Renith managed to figure out the combination lock very quickly. It wasn't even 10 minutes into the game. Now he has to solve this complicated puzzle. Breathing heavily. He's still ahead of all the other castaways. Remember, not only is individual immunity up for grabs, but you will also be fighting for your life. Whoever finishes last will unfortunately be eliminated right here. There's no tribal council.
Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. I know what this is. This is top 4, doesn't it? Survivor.
Dieter now jumping to try and see. Dieter, you've got 1 minute delay. Go back to your table. You stepped over the dot. You're not allowed to touch anything now, Dieter. You should stay there. Connor trying to figure it out now. Dieter, you must turn around. You cannot count at the moment. Remember, if you step beyond the dots, you will be penalized 1 minute. 10 more seconds, Dieter, then you can go back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back in the game, Dieter. Make sure you guys do not step beyond the dots. Renith making progress with his puzzle. Starting to look like something, but still a lot of work to do. We see we're still trying to figure out the combination lock. You have to have a method and stick to it. Dieter still trying to figure it out. Was Renith lucky, or did he really know what he's doing? Renith making great progress. Ruben taking it easy. Dieter moving to the middle section. Dieter jumping again, but staying behind the dot. Dieter going back to his lock. Connor frustrated now, trying to figure it out.
Come on, guys, just stay calm. Just stay calm. It's easier than you think. Easier than you think, guys.
Ruben also still trying to figure it out. Is the puzzle fighting Renif, or is Renif fighting the puzzle? Renif making great progress, and it seems like he's running through this puzzle. Renif not getting puzzled at all. The rest of them still struggling to figure out the combination. By the looks of it, there's a very high probability that Renif is going to get the individual immunity. You guys better hurry up. If you want to secure individual immunity, you better hurry up if you do not want to be eliminated. Remember, no tribal council. This is an elimination challenge. So this is a fact. This 4-digit combination lock has 10,000 different possible combinations. What makes it more difficult now is the fact that you can only stand in one position and count the amount of bottles, count the amount of lemons, and 10,000 different combinations. Obviously, it's a little bit easier if you just have to count the objects in front of you. Renif putting the puzzle together one by one. Dieter still trying to guess the numbers. You have to count the number of bottles, the number of lemons, and the number of nails. If you can't see them clearly, you'll obviously have to guess, but you'll have to guess in a methodical way so that you try and unlock that combination lock. Renif with a major, massive head start. The rest still trying to figure us out. Connor going through numerous different numbers. Renif making great progress with this puzzle. More than halfway done. He's still got a few puzzle pieces to put together. We see we're still struggling with her combination lock. Dieter still struggling with his. Connor also trying to figure it out. There's so many different possibilities, and that's what makes this challenge very difficult. Everyone has to give it their all in order to make sure that they stay in this game. This is an elimination challenge. If you finish last, you will be going home.
Come on, guys.
The order definitely matters. You definitely have to have the correct order of these digits. And that throws an additional spanner in the works. Bushiwe concentrating on her combination lock now. Renith making great progress. He's got 17 puzzle pieces left. Connor coming back, trying a new combination. You will definitely know when you've got the correct combination. It will easily open once you've got the correct combination, guys. The question is just, what is that combination? And what are the numbers that you see in front of you? You can't let these lemons make you sour, guys. You gotta figure this out. You gotta nail it. We see where. It's the correct combination. You can go and grab your puzzle pieces. We see where got the correct combination. Now it's Bisiwe. Who's gonna go? Bisiwe, get the puzzle pieces. She managed to figure out the combination lock. And now it's only Connor, Ruben, and Dieter who still has to finish the first section of this challenge. Now you have someone on your heels, Renif. You better hurry up. We see where's hungry. Renif now only having 6 puzzle pieces remaining. He's making great progress. We see we're coming back. Renif about to place his last 4 puzzle pieces. We see we're throwing out her puzzle pieces. Connor, still a little bit behind. Ruben, a little bit behind. You have to use a method. You can't just guess numbers randomly.
Chappies.
Renif thinks he has it. He does. Renith wins individual immunity and he is safe from tribal council. Well, he is safe from this challenge. There will be no tribal council. Renith successfully finishing this challenge in under 25 minutes. Buisiwe now busy with the puzzle. The challenge is still not over, guys. You will have to fight till the last moment. 25 minutes into this challenge. We see we're trying to figure out the puzzle. It seems like Buisiwe is puzzled now. Dieter really trying to make sure what the amount of lemons are. Connor going through different combinations. Connor still struggling with the combination lock. Dieter still struggling with his combination lock. Renith, we need you to stay quiet now. Someone's life in the game is on the line. If you finish this challenge last, you will unfortunately be eliminated. You'll have to make sure you stay clear in mind. Ruben trying to count the amount of bottles now. So many different combinations possible. And that's what makes this much more difficult. We see we're trying to figure out the puzzle. She's making progress. She's got a few puzzle pieces together now. It's starting to look like something. Taking her time. Placing another puzzle piece. You can hear a nail drop, everyone focusing. And this is where you will have to make use of stats and maths. Renith securing himself a position. He lost another day in the game. But someone else will unfortunately have to leave after this challenge. Dieter still trying to figure out the combination lock. Dieter starting from 0 and going through all 10,000 possibilities. That is also an option, but you will be here for a few weeks. Ruben still trying to figure it out. "30 minutes into this challenge, and we've got Renif, who's already completed it. We see we're almost done with her puzzle. Connor, Dieter and Ruben have to make sure that they complete this puzzle before the rest in order to stay in this game. This is an elimination challenge. We see we're concentrating, focusing on the puzzle, and she's made great progress. She doesn't seem stressed at all, knowing that she's still secure one day in this game. Connor closing his eyes now, trying to focus. Dieter, Ruben and Connor still struggling to figure out the combination lock. Renith managed to do it in the first 5 minutes of this challenge. Connor sighing now. Not of relief, but of frustration. Connor admitting that maths isn't his strongest skill. You guys have to make sure you've got the correct combination. Even if you have the correct amount of numbers, or even if you counted the correct amount of nails, lemons and bottles, there's still 9 different possible combinations, and that is what makes this challenge so difficult. Dieter now jumping to make sure that he hasn't missed a lemon in the basket. Dieter still trying to figure it out. We see we're making excellent progress with this puzzle. She's got about 12 more puzzle pieces to go before this puzzle is complete. Connor trying to figure out the combination. Ruben going through different combinations. We see we're making great progress with the puzzle. Connor now looking at the puzzle but not making progress with his combination lock. We see we're assembling this puzzle one piece at a time. Very methodically, just adding one puzzle piece after another. Ruben going back to the bottles. He grabs his hair in frustration. We see we're almost done with her puzzle. She's got 7 more puzzle pieces. She's got 9 more puzzle pieces before that puzzle is complete. She's so close. And she will highly likely stay for another day in the game. You can hear lions roar in the background. This is what Intundla Lodge is about. It's in the wild. And this puzzle, this challenge is wild. Not only was immunity up for grabs, but it is also an elimination challenge. So you will be eliminated if you finish this challenge last. You have to fight with everything in you. Connor going through a combination now. Still not managing to open the combination lock. Dieter throwing his lock in frustration. We see where thinks she's finished with the puzzle. And she is. We see where you are safe. You can go sit right next to her underneath. Connor going at it again. Ruben still with the combination lock. We might be here a few hours, it seems. Dieter, very frustrated, going back to the spots to count. Ruben also frustrated. He just wants to get it over with. No, you're not allowed to talk to each other, guys. Buisiwe and Renif safe, securing themselves a spot. Another day in this game. Dieter, Ruben, O'Connor will be going home next. If they finish the challenge last, one of them will unfortunately have to leave the game. Ruben coming back. Ruben thinking about the different combinations, the different possibilities. 9 different possibilities if you have the correct amount of numbers. Dieter, the lock whisperer, trying to listen to the digits. Maybe he saw a few tricks and applying Tom Cruise tricks here. What does the lock say, Dieter?
It's not saying much, to be honest.
It's not saying much. Ruben having a little chuckle. I will be amazed if Dieter now opens this combination lock before Ruben and Connor, because then lock whisperers is a real thing. Ruben and Connor stuck at the bottles, very unsure about the amount of bottles. Connor going through different combinations. If it were Richelieu bottles, he would have counted them correctly. Boopie, we thought you're good with Richelieu bottles or bottles in general. Boopie now admitting that he's not actually that good with bottles. All of them getting so close every now and then, and they just go past the combination. Everyone's been so close at some stage in this challenge, and they just scrolled past the combination. Now that is frustrating, right? Connor going back to the bottles, trying to count them again. And the uncertainty is what really frustrates you in this challenge. You have to count on so many uncertain factors. Dieter, Connor and Ruben still trying to count the different objects. Remember, the tables don't necessarily represent the order in which the numbers go. Ruben going back to the bottle store. Connor now joining him. Dieter just waiting for the lock to whisper. Dieter now just randomly flicking through numbers, hoping that he can actually feel the combination. Dieter taking it easy, going back to his lock. Connor back, and he seems confident now. Connor still mixing up the combinations, trying to figure it out. Yes, Connor! Connor calling me. That is correct, Connor, you can run. Connor got the right combination. He's grabbing the puzzle pieces. It's now Dieter against Ruben. You guys will have to keep on battling. Connor sprint off to the puzzle pieces. We are 50 minutes into this challenge. And Boopie seems frustrated. The best chance you have in this challenge is to make sure you at least guess the amount of nails, guess the amount of lemons, and guess the amount of bottles, and then use the 9 different possible combinations in order to solve this combination lock. Ruben now taking his time. Ruben flicking through the numbers one by one. It's only Ruben and Dieter. Connor's still trying to find his puzzle pieces. Boopie spending the most of the time at the bottle store. Connor's still not back yet, still looking for the puzzle pieces. Seems like he's following the same route as Renif. Connor, you have to hurry! Connor's still searching for the puzzle pieces. Taking longer than Renif now. Connor, the puzzle pieces are clearly visible. Look in every tree around you. Boopie's still trying to figure it out. And some of the castaways getting locked in this part of the challenge. Dieter and Ruben. You will have to get your bearings together and figure out this lock. Connor wasting time with the puzzle pieces. A lot of viewers watching and hoping that you guys make this. Dieter, people rooting for you. Boopie, people rooting for you. The comments are going crazy. You guys have to finish this challenge. If you finish last, you are unfortunately out of this game. Dieter going back to the dots the moment Boopie goes back to the dots. Connor is very close finding his puzzle pieces. Connor found his puzzle pieces. He's climbing the tree now. Dieter makes sure he knows which tree it is, but he first has to get through the combination lock. Connor coming back. Connor back with these puzzle pieces. Now you have to finish the puzzle pieces. Finish the puzzle in order to stay another day in the game of TuksRes Survivor.
Chappies, I take it back, you were right, they were very easy.
Connor acknowledges that the puzzle pieces were in clear sight. Dieter and Boopie almost ready to lock and roll, but they still have to figure out the combination. Boopie staring at the nails. Cannot sit on the table. You must stand and finish your lock, your combination lock on the table. This is now a race between Boopie and Dieter. Connor is way ahead. Assembled 3 parts of the puzzle already. A 4th piece assembled in Connor's puzzle, and he's making great progress. It seems like Connor will also be guaranteed another day in the game, but he will have to finish before Boopie and Dieter. Dieter! Managed to find the correct combination. Dieter, you can run. The lock whisperer actually exists. Boopie, you have to finish now. You have to catch up. Dieter finding the tree very quickly, getting up there. He's got his puzzle pieces and he's on his way back. But as we've seen with the previous puzzle challenge, he took his time. Is he going to be quick enough in order to beat Boopie to it? Connor now racing. He's trying to finish before Dieter. Dieter throwing out his puzzle pieces. Now he can start building. Boopie still at it. You have to catch up, Boopie. One hour, 3 minutes into this challenge. And Ruben is still trying to figure out the combination lock. Dieter managed to listen to the combination. Connor making great progress, piece by piece, putting the puzzle together. Dieter starting to assemble his puzzle. He's got 3 puzzle pieces together, making progress slowly. Connor making great progress. He's got halfway of the puzzle finished. Half of the puzzle finished. He still has quite a lot of puzzle pieces to go. Ruben still trying to figure out the combination lock. Ruben very frustrated, still trying to find out or figure out what the combination might be. Connor now moving much faster. Ruben way behind, but it's still not game over. And this challenge really messes with one's mind, especially because there's so many different possibilities. Dieter starting to catch up. Connor still a little bit ahead of Dieter. One hour and 8 minutes into this challenge. We've got the sun setting. Ruben still busy with the combination lock. Dieter and Connor at the puzzle section of this challenge. Dieter focusing on his puzzle. Placing another puzzle piece. Connor still has 20 puzzle pieces to go. Ruben trying to figure it out. Ruben, you should give it a... Don't give up now. You can still catch up, Ruben. You just have to unlock that combination lock. Dieter making great progress. Connor making great progress. There's only one way this puzzle fits together. very abstract shapes, and that's why this puzzle can take a little bit longer. Poopy's still trying to figure out the combination lock. This is an elimination challenge. Whoever finishes this challenge last will unfortunately have to join the jury. Connor taking his time to put together the last 12 puzzle pieces. Ruben still with the combination lock. And in this game, anything is possible at any time. Be safe for another day.
Chappies, ek het jou net die change battery gewys dat jy met hierdie praat.
Dieter taking his time, placing the puzzle pieces, and slowly but surely making progress. He's finished half of the puzzle and still has the next half to go. Ruben can still catch up if he manages to unlock this combination lock. Ruben's still going through different combinations, trying to solve this combination lock. Connor struggling with these last few puzzle pieces. And this is just proof of how difficult this puzzle actually is. Connor and Dieter at the puzzle section of this challenge. Poopy still at the combination lock. Still going through different possibilities. Ruben going through the different combinations, trying to figure out the lock. Connor still busy with the puzzle, and he's definitely taking his time with it. Dieter making progress. There's only one way this puzzle fits together. You will know when it's done. Connor struggling with the last 10 puzzle pieces. This game is still not over. Boopie, you can still catch up. Boopie way behind, but he's still not giving up. He can still secure a spot in this game if he manages the correct combination. Connor thinks he has it. And he does. Connor, you are safe. You can join the rest. Renith and Busiwe. Connor has successfully completed the puzzle. It is now only Boopie and Dieter still in this challenge. Dieter placing one puzzle piece after another, but he still has 12 puzzle pieces to go. Ruben still trying to figure this out. You can do this, Ruben. Don't give up now. One hour and 20 minutes into this challenge. Dieter still has 8 puzzle pieces to go. Dieter has 3 more puzzle pieces to go. Dieter thinks he has it. And he does. Dieter is safe. And unfortunately, Ruben did not make this challenge. Ruben saying his goodbyes. We just want to ensure that this combination lock also opens with the correct combination. Ruben, please come back. How many lemons did you count? Did you count 9? Okay, so the combination was in the order of lemons, bottles, and nails. Can you please put it in that order? So how many lemons did you count?
9. So,
Okay. Put in,
how many bottles?
how many bottles did you count?
Yeah, like 28 or something.
It was 32. And the amount of nails?
7.
7. Okay. See if it opens. Does it open?
Yes.
Is it open?
Moes jy hierdie ding
You had to press down, yes. Well, you open it now, so you know you need to press it.
I felt that. But
Alright.
ek het gedink ek moet net deurgaan en dan pop hy oop.
Ruben,
Maar dis rustig.
so you had your lock was correct, and unfortunately, you are eliminated out of this game now, and you will have to join the jury members. Your role in this game is still not done yet, because you are going to have a say in who takes home the title of sole TuksRes Survivor, as well as the money that goes along with it. So you can say your goodbyes, and obviously Renith. Obviously Renith won the individual immunity for the first time. Can I please have the necklace? Renith, congratulations for winning individual immunity. That was very impressive. He did not waste time with the combination lock. He managed to solve it in under 10 minutes, and he managed to solve the puzzle and this whole challenge in under 20 minutes. That was really impressive. Well done. So you guys can head back to camp, and unfortunately you will have to join the jury, but you also have a plate of food waiting for you. So there we have it. That was the last challenge for today. No tribal council. Unfortunately, Boopie was just eliminated because he lost the challenge. He came last in this challenge. We're going to check in with the rest of the jury members at 7 o'clock. You do not want to miss this.